always recommend to have fast, simple, affordable, really satiating foods available to you. And one of the greatest foods on planet Earth is the almighty potato. Potatoes, as you know, come in many different shapes and sizes and forms and flavors, and I don't think there's a single food on the planet that's more versatile than a potato. You could turn a potato into virtually anything. So what I'm doing today is I have these beautiful, adorable little teeny tiny potatoes. You can see they're just so cute. Look. And they're all different sizes and funky shapes. I guess they call them teeny tiny potatoes. All right, so a really, really simple thing. Always have potatoes on hand, available either raw or cooked for you to snack on or to add to a meal. I've rinsed these teeny tiny potatoes off. They're wet, no need to dry them. And I'm gonna stick them right into this large glass casserole dish. You don't have to use glass. You can use any kind of dish you want that will work well in the broiler. And I'm just going to sort of push them down and spread them out a little bit. Now, really simple. I'm adding a bunch of spices and some herbs. Everything is in a bottle, a container, so there's no need to buy fresh herbs unless you want to, or you grow them and do all the chopping and all that. That adds extra time and extra expense. Delicious, of course, but this way is so much easier. So, adding pink Himalayan salt. And you know, potatoes absorb salt very well, and no matter how much you add, it always seems to never be enough. So you might need to add more salt later. Garlic powder. Actually, I use granulated garlic because it has a little bit of a thicker texture. So I'm going to sprinkle that granulated garlic on. Go as heavy or as light as you want. Then I have black pepper or peppercorn medley. Again, this is just a taste. Better to under spice than over. So you can always add later. And I'm just doing a little bit here before they go into the broiler. Then I have turmeric. And I'm only using turmeric, number one, because it has a pretty yellow color. And number two, because of the massive health benefits. You won't really taste it too much once the potatoes are cooked. But again, the health benefits of turmeric far outweigh any little flavor or subtle flavor you might get. You can pretty much add turmeric to anything, and I highly recommend it. Then I have dill weed. Yum. So I'm going to add a bunch of dill. And I go whole hog on the dill. I mean, the dill, for me, you can never get enough. And then I'm going to add a little tarragon. Now, I've actually never added tarragon to my potatoes before with dill, so I'm going to go easy on it, and then when it comes out of the oven later, maybe I'll add more. We'll see. But I'm just going to add a little bit for another herb, and that's it. And then the final vegetable stock. I buy this organic vegetable stock at Trader Joe's, and all it is just a bunch of organic vegetables mixed together. Obviously liquid made from the stock, from the vegetables stewing together. There's no oil in here. There's no additives. There's no preservatives, nothing. It's just a bunch of organic vegetable stock flavor with carrots and onions and celery and sea salt, carrot juice concentrate. So there is concentrate in there. But here, take a look at the ingredients real fast. See if you can do a focus. Okay, and I'm using this in place of oil. You don't need to cook with oil. It's really simple. You can broil, bake, saute, do almost anything with veggie stock. So I'm adding maybe about 1/4 cup, maybe a little more. And then I'm just going to give these a gentle little shake. And then I have my broiler on high. I'm going to stick these in uncovered as is. And I'm going to leave that open just a little bit for some air to help the heat circulate. I'm going to put that in for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. So what I want to do is I want to get the potatoes crispy and brown, not burned, and then I'll lower the heat later and maybe cover them up to bake them inside and cook them a little bit longer. But these teeny tiny potatoes don't need very long. So I have the potatoes in the broiler for about 15 minutes on high, and I'm going to go check them. I think they're done because they're so small. Take out my handy dandy massive oven gloves. It's a little bit of overkill. These go up into about 934 degrees Fahrenheit. They're done. I'll bring the potatoes to show you. Let me get a spatula, wooden spoon. So are you looking at the potatoes here? They've taken on a little bit of the yellow color of the turmeric. There's still a little liquid down there from the veggie stock, and I use the veggie stock in place of oil. Number one, it has really good flavor. Number two, it has no fat, no cholesterol, none of the bad stuff that comes along with oils. And number three, it prevents it from sticking to the pan. Take a look here. You can see how beautiful and colorful and nice. And then let's do a test. Let's taste the potato. They're so little, they're so fun to eat. But you could really do this with any potato. If it's bigger potatoes, you could just stick them right in the oven. You don't even have to use a pan. Delicious. I put in all those herbs and seasonings and stuff like that, but it just tastes like a nice, juicy, simple potato. And that's what I mean. So when you're done cooking, you may need to re-add spices or make a sauce on the side if you're that kind of person that likes the sauce. But for me, this is just perfect the way it is. Look at this baby. It's like a witch's finger. Perfect. Delicious. Buy a huge bag and just throw a bunch in the oven, bake them up, roast them up, broil them, toast them, slice them into steak fries, make mashed potatoes, use veggie stock instead of oil, use a bunch of herbs and spices that are in jars. That way you never have to worry about them going bad. I mean, fresh dill is amazing, but sometimes if you don't use it fast enough, it just sits in your fridge and it goes bad. Not to mention it's more expensive. So this can go a lot further. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like your potatoes.